is going on, FHDL? The results are finally in for Byron Bay West. I know there's quite a few drivers that were getting pretty antsy to hear the results. I'm sure there was some viewers as well. Some of you viewers also antsy to see where your favorite driver or friend placed. So, real quick, Forza Horizon Drift League is presented by Trifecta Drift Team. Do you meet the trifecta? Speed, proximity, style. Also brought to you by Plantronics Gaming. Gear up, gear good. Sponsored by 110 Customs. We don't just give 100% effort, we give you 110. Also sponsored by Figurative Tuning. Need a drift tune, needs a couple tweaks, or a whole new drift tune in general, go to Figurative Tuning. They'll help you figure it out. Also sponsored by HKS Performance, bringing style of drifting since 2002. Also by Team 5 Zygon, Forza Daily Skids on Instagram, Strictly Sideways, VaporsOnline.com, and StickerBoost.com. Go to StickerBoost.com, enter in the code FHDL to get 15% off your purchase. So let's go ahead and bring up the scores. Alright, oh, hold on, brought up the wrong scores. Here we go. Here we go, Byron Bay West. Alright, so the way that we normally do things here is we start from the bottom and work our way up. Just a reminder, and I'll remind it as we go through, top 20 drivers have to stay ready at all times. Top 16 get into the bracket. So the reason the top 20 have to stay ready at all times is in case there's any dropouts within that top 16. Also, the top 20 drivers are the only drivers allowed in the closed practices for the remainder of this week. Yes, that means there is no open practice or closed practice tonight, since we are starting this kind of late. And then TrentFigure is working on the course preview for Silver Sands as we speak. Should be up tonight or early tomorrow. So, let's get into what everybody's waiting for, and that is the qualifying scores. We had 53 sign-ups, only 38 showed up. Still had over 32 though, so we still may move up our car field next season, but we will have to see. So coming in at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and read them all at the same time, because all three of these guys got double zeros. So, coming in at 38th with double zeros is Stang 93 Mustang. Coming in at 37th with double zeros is Infamous Karma YT. Coming in at 36th with double zeros is FLG Monster Energy. So only 3 double zeros, so that's not too bad. So everybody else did put in a score. We'll just have to see how good of scores. So coming in at 35th, this is kind of weird. Coming in at 35th, first one to put in a score, on the scoreboard anyway, with a first run of 35. So coming in at 35th, putting in a 35. Second run of a 0 is Rating Club 641. Next driver, 34th. Coming in at 34th is, well, I can't say what yet. Hold on, sorry guys, I'm getting ahead of myself. Coming in at 34th with a first run of 0 and a second run of 55 is Elite Boss 110. Also, with the same score of his first run of a 0 and a second run of 55, but getting the 33rd spot because of higher style points, is Stop Get Some Help. Now coming in at 32nd with a first run of 56 and a second run of 0. Last event's #1 qualifier, so I know he's probably going to try to step it up at the next event, is Sorry No Milk. Coming in at 31st with a first run of 65 and a second run of 0. Your last season's #1 qualifier at this track. We scored differently, but he's the only one to get a legitimate 100 perfect score. Again, with a first run of 65, second run of 0, is Blessed Track 351. Coming in at 30th with a first run of 59 and a second run of 67 is Sway Aces. Coming in at 29th with a first run of 69 and a second run of 0. Co-leader of Storm Drift, Stinky Bog 82. Coming in at 28th with a first run of 65 and a second run of 69 is OP Elite Legend 21. With a first run of 20, sorry, I almost said first run of 27, but coming in at 27th with a first run of 70 and a second run of a 0 is Modular 64. Coming in at 26th, and talk about consistency, because the first run he scored a 70, as well on the second run he scored a 70. I think it's the first double score that we've had all season, is Gearhead 12349. Coming in at 25th, so here's your top 25. Coming in at 71st, or at 71st. See guys, I'm mixing it up. Coming in at 25th, first run of 71, second run of 0 is Hayski. Coming in at 24th with a first run of 73 and a second run of 63 is Percy 033. And he's not going to be happy about this one, guys, because continuously now he's only qualified for one event this season so far, with after this event only 2 rounds remaining. With a first run of 0 and a second run of 78, your defending champion, Exterior Guide 46, not qualifying for an event yet again. He's only qualified for one, and that was Cooper Pedy. Reverse. Coming in at 22nd with a first run of 80. So guys, we're in 22nd, and we're already hitting the scores in the 80s. This is how well everybody did. So if you are not in the top 20 from this point on, don't be mad. That means you scored an 80 or higher. Just everybody else did significantly well. First run of 80, second run of 0. Leader of Most Hated Drift Crew, Pantless Thunder. Coming in at 21st with a first run of 80 and a second run of 81. So still outside that top 20 with scores of 80 and with that consistency is Kino YT. Also with a first run of 80 and a second run of 81. Only scored higher because of higher style points. Coming into the top 20. So guys, from this point on, these are the drivers that have to stay ready at all times. And the first 5 outside the top 20 might also want to stay ready in case there's a bunch of dropouts. But here is the first one in the top 20 that has to stay ready at all times. Like I said, first run of 80, second run of 81, Grim Reaper 44-43. Coming in at 19th with a first run of 74 and a second run of 83 is Dat Booty Meat 253. Again, guys, an 83 and still not in the top 16. That tells you how high all you guys did, or how high you guys scored, I should say. Then coming in 18th with a first run of 83 and a second run of 80 is Lambo's Arbe. Coming in at 17th with a first run of 51 and a second run of 84. The last driver in the first 4 outside the top 16 have to stay ready at all times. And again, guys, an 84 still not in the top 16. And that's going to be Stance Cloud 3 coming in at 17th. So he will be the first driver brought up if there's a dropout. Now, we are in your top 16 qualifiers that have qualified straight into the bracket. Here we go. With a first run of 74 and a second run of 84. Coming in at 16th is Red Bull. I think they got the numbers wrong. That's why I'm not reading the numbers on that gamer tag. I think it was 863 is what it was, but Red Bull coming in at 16th. With a first run of 86 and a second run of 0, coming in at 15th is Detroit BMBG. Then coming in at 14th, and I thought he would have scored higher than this. Well, I should say it's a high score because, like I said, we had an 84, still not in the top 16. It's still a high score, but I thought he would have scored a little higher. With a first run of 86 and a second run of 77 is Woofy Drifts. Oh, excuse me. Then, coming in 13th with a first run of 80 and a second run of 86 is Armatix OG. Then coming in at 12th with a first run of 87 and a second run of 0. And guys, keep in mind, this is an 87 and we're not even in the top 10 yet. Coming in at 12th, Carnage King 87. So Carnage King 87 getting an 87. Then coming in 11th with a first run of 82 and a second run of 87 is Night Fox 2424. Now we are in your top 10 drivers. First run of an 87, second run of an 84. So talk about the consistency there. Is NSR Demon Shadow. Then coming in 9th with a first run of 0 and a second run of 88. So guys, we're at 88 and not in the top 5 yet like we normally are. First run of 0, second run of 88. Coming in at 9th is the Cobra of Spade. Then coming in at 8th, he's going to feel good about himself because he was qualifying in the top 10. Oh, wait. Speaking of qualifying in the top 10, Carnage King's streak of qualifying in the top 10 for every event this season has finally ended with him running or qualifying 12th. Anyway, back to the number 8 qualifier. He's going to be happy that he's back inside the top 10 because he had the streak going just like Carnage did, and it ended 1 week ago. With a first run of 79 and a second run of 88 is T-John. And first run of 82 and a second run of 88 coming in at 7th is Feckin' Go Fast. And I said Feckin', not the F word, F-E-C-K. We're just going to start calling him Fast from now on. Or Go Fast. Then coming in at 6th with a first run of 84 and a second run of 88. Coming in at 6th, FDB the Ash. We are now getting inside your top 5 qualifiers. And guys, right now, this is what I'm talking about, how high everybody scored. All of your top 5 qualifiers scored in the 90s. Coming in at number 5 with a first run of 56 and stepped it up big in his second run with a second run of 90. An individual driver, Lazarus Seali. Coming in at 4th with a first run of 90 and a second run of 87. Talk about consistently doing well on this track, guys. First time we've seen him at FHDL. Bronzy USMC 241. Then now we are in your top 3 qualifiers. Coming in at number 3 with a first run of 86 and a second run of 92 is your current points leader, Preeminent Being. So Preeminent Being consistently qualifying in the top 5 here lately, or just in the top 3 even. Coming in at number 2 in only his second event in FHDL history with a first run of 94 and his second run of 0 is Cub Scout JS. Now there's only one driver left, and I believe you all know who it is. But before I say his name, for the figurative tuning top qualifier, with a first run of 86 and his second run, Turbskis will have to correct me. Well, Turbskis or Trent will have to correct me. I'll also look back on it as myself. But I believe this is the highest scoring run we've had this season. His second run, only 3 points off of a perfect score with a 97. Your figurative tuning top qualifier, AJ Soups, all over you. So let's see if we can get AJ in here. We usually don't do interviews during the qualifying announcement, but usually the drivers aren't in the party like they are right now. So I will unmute everybody. Nobody include your audio just yet.
Damn. Oh, let's go. Oh.
All right, 1 second, guys. All right. So AJ, I'll give you a few seconds to include your audio. But guys, yet again, AJ taking figurative tuning top qualifier. He is the only person this season so far to get it for the second time this season. So let's go ahead and unmute him. This driver interview is brought to you by 110 Customs. We don't just give 100% effort, we give you 110. AJ, what is going on, man?
What's up, T-Dub?
How's it feel to get the first one this season, be the first one this season to get #1 qualifier, the figurative tuning top qualifier, and not only that, but to possibly, I mean, we'll have to double check it, but possibly get the highest score of the season and only be 3 points off of a perfect score?
It feels really amazing. I couldn't have done it without my team support that I've been having. I would like to thank a couple of my sponsors.
Oh yeah, go ahead, man.
I'd like to big shout out to Vapors. They support me a lot. Mortar Crush, Drift Illustrated, Vitchin Visuals, and Sticker Boost. And I would just like to thank everyone from also TrentFigure. You know, they're all my homies. So.
Right. And I mean, I'm gonna pick your brain a little bit just because I'm sure there's viewers wanting to know. We won't go into great detail, but I'm sure they're wanting to know what made you leave Trifecta and go to Elite Velocity.
It was just I used to have a club back on like Grid and Forza Motorsport 4 called the Elite Velocity, and some of my members wanted to get her start back up. So we got everything the way I wanted it to be, and I decided to take my leadership back over there, and it's going out really good.
Yeah, we can see, man, you were 3 points off of a perfect score. But I'm sure there's also some people viewing as well. Leaving Trifecta and moving to Elite Velocity, it was not a personal matter, right? And just no drama, nothing like that.
No,
it was just strictly a professional decision.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and congratulations on getting that Vapors Dodge Dart on top of the qualifying order. Hopefully you can go far with it in the bracket and finally get that win.
Hopefully I can get 3 in a row. Coming for you, Preem.
Yeah, hopefully you can get that first win, man.
Oh yeah, by the way, I tied the highest score, so.
Oh, okay, so we did just find out he tied the highest score that we've had this season. So we still got 2 more rounds, guys, but if you score a 98, you will now be the highest qualifying points holder. But again, big congrats to you, AJ, and Vapors and your whole Elite Velocity team on getting on top. Their first event back as a full team, actually. All right, not sure if you lagged out or what, but
No, I'm here.
okay, all right, but
Yeah,
again,
it lagged for a bit.
okay, but yeah, again, just wanna give you a big congrats to your team. Like I said, Elite Velocity. I think it was their first event back as a full team again. Congrats to VaporsOnline.com, one of our own sponsors, but also you representing them as an individual driver. And congrats to yourself, man, on getting figurative tuning top qualifier yet again, and the first one to do it.
All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, anytime, man. And good luck next weekend.
All right.
All right, guys, that was AJ Soups all over you, your figurative tuning top qualifier for Byron Bay West. Like I said, TrentFigure is in the process of creating the course preview for Silver Sands. It should be up either sometime tonight or sometime tomorrow. We will resume open and close practices tomorrow. And then signups are also currently open for Silver Sands, but obviously the smart thing to do would wait and see what the course is going to be, like clipping points and stuff like that, where it's at on the map, the XLD zone map, all that kind of good stuff, and then get a car ready before you sign up. Don't just sign up with a car and be like, oh, I'm going to be able to tune this thing. No. The smartest thing to do is get a car ready, get it dialed in, wait until probably about 2 or 3 days before signups close and sign up, so you're not signing up last minute and hoping that your signup goes through in time. So that is the correct way to do it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Also, Battles for Byron Bay West is this coming Saturday. That is so today's Tuesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days at 9 p.m. Central, the same time that this stream started. Well, a little bit before, we started kind of late. But in 4 days, 9 p.m. Central is Battles for Byron Bay West. It's about to go down, guys. There's a lot of big names, a lot of new names. About half and half. And like I said, guys, we were in the 80s and not even in the top 16 yet. So if the drivers are scoring that high, they're obviously running really, really good. Can't wait to see battles this Saturday. Until then, keep it slideways, everybody.